How do I help my partner understand ROCD without them taking it personally and them thinking that it's about them? How can my partner support me in a way where they hold space for me and they don't feed into my reassurance seeking and make my ROCD worse? How does my partner support themselves in a way where they understand that it's not about them and that it's not their job to fix me? But most importantly, how can we use ROCD in a way to become more connected, to grow a deeper and stronger relationship, and to awaken into love together? Hi everyone, welcome to Awaken into Love. It's the place to be if you're looking for wisdom, support, compassion, education, and a community all on relationship OCD and intimacy anxiety. Let's be real, there's hardly any information out there on ROCD and partner work, on how a partner can understand ROCD, on how a partner can support you through your journey, but most importantly, how a partner can support themselves. It's hard to be the sufferer of someone with ROCD, but it is also hard to be a partner of someone with ROCD. And if you experience ROCD, this isn't your fault. We're learning all of this together. We're growing all this together. And with Awaken into Love, we are teaching you how you can use ROCD as a means to become more connected, and how to build a more intimate and stronger relationship with your partner despite the fact that you have ROCD. Now, if you are a partner of someone who experiences ROCD, you're not alone. I want to first and foremost validate that this is hard. This might feel really challenging for you. You might feel as though you're hopeless. Not only do therapists not really understand ROCD, but there's not that much help out there in terms of how you can really support yourself, how you can support your partner, and how you can use this situation with ROCD as a means to strengthen your relationship. So I'm here based on my personal experience and the mistakes that I have made, that I've learned greatly from when I experienced ROCD. I'm also here because I get questions from clients, from course members, on how they can tell their partner about ROCD, or how they can support their partner within the journey of ROCD. Because let me tell you, it can feel really lonely when no one is talking about it. Now, if you're someone who experiences ROCD and you're going, oh crap, I haven't told my partner about ROCD. Do I need to tell my partner about ROCD? Let me tell you that it's not a prerequisite to tell your partner about ROCD. It's not a prerequisite that you need to tell your partner about ROCD in order to get better. Because I've had many clients and course members who never told their partner, and they healed through their journey of ROCD. Now, a personal story that I feel would be really important for you to know within my own journey and the mistakes that I made. I say mistakes because I like to see every experience that was difficult as an opportunity of growth, of what it taught me, of how it can help me help you. But back in the day when I experienced ROCD, I told my husband everything. Every thought, every sensation, every feeling, every obsession, every compulsion, every breakup urge, every moment of anxiety, every moment of numbness, I told him everything. There would be many times where we'd be sitting on the couch. I would be staring into space, obsessing, ruminating. And my husband would come sit with me and go, "You're obsessing, aren't you? Tell me about it. What are you feeling? What type of thoughts are you thinking? Are you having a breakup urge? Are you thinking that I'm not attractive? Are you thinking that you need to leave the relationship?" And I would sigh in the moments because I would think to myself, oh, not again, I'm here again. And I would feel guilt and I would feel shame. But I would also feel a sensation of wanting so badly to tell my husband what I was experiencing, just to get it out of my chest, just to get some reassurance that what I was experiencing was okay and that our relationship was okay. I would typically tell him the thought I was experiencing. I had a breakup urge again. I don't know if we're right for each other. I'm doubting again. I'm going into compulsions. I'm panicking. I haven't slept all night. I don't have a sex drive. I'm not eating. And my husband would look at me and say, "We can fix this. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you get through ROCD." Now, the one thing about that, about this idea of a partner fixing a person with ROCD is that it's based in an illusion. It is not your partner's job to fix you. And if you're the partner watching this video, it is not your job to fix your partner who experiences ROCD. Because your partner is first and foremost not broken. They're just going through different coping mechanisms, different protective mechanisms that they've used for a while or have used currently in order to deal with the pain that they're experiencing inside. It is not your job to fix your partner. And it is not your partner's job to save you or fix you. It is not your partner's job to even make you happy. But your partner can hold space for you. Your partner can sit next to you and be present as you experience the ROCD, but it is not your partner's job to fix what you're going through. That was the first mistake that my husband and I used to make when I experienced ROCD. We would dialogue together back and forth of the different type of obsessions I had, the rumination that I had, how I was getting better, how I was getting worse. I would vent to him over and over, and even though I felt guilt and shame, there was a part of me that felt relief. I was expressing to him my deepest vulnerable fears, and he was seeing me, but he wasn't doing it in the right way because he was trying to fix me, and again, it wasn't his job. So whenever you're communicating with your partner about ROCD, make sure that you're not using the obsessive mind. And what I mean by that is saying the thoughts you're having, the sensations you're having, the ruminations, the compulsions, and dialoguing about it until you find that temporary relief. Because what happens when we talk endlessly about our obsessions and try to seek relief is that we're feeding into compulsive behavior. And that's exactly what I was doing with my husband without even recognizing it, until we got to a point where my husband said, "Wait, you've been here so many times and it's never gotten better. You temporarily feel better, but I kind of feel worse. But we're not progressing." So if you've been talking to your partner endlessly about your ROCD, about your thoughts, about your sensations, and you're feeling relief, then you're most likely feeding into a compulsion. And a way that you can notice if you're feeding into a compulsion is if you feel a sense of urgency. If you feel as though you need to tell your partner now, you need to explain what's going on now, you need to get temporary relief now. So in those moments, it can be important to pause, recognize that you're in a compulsion, and pull yourself back. I thought that I needed to tell my partner everything, and unfortunately, there's a lot of articles out there that say that it is so important to constantly communicate with our partner on how we're feeling. And yes, it is important to be vulnerable, because vulnerability is the way for connection. It is the way to strengthen the relationship. But there's a difference between telling our partner everything and telling our partners some things. And this is aside from ROCD, but also couples work. You don't need to tell your partner everything. It's not so black and white. So if you see any of those articles saying, hey, you need to tell your partner these things, you need to communicate with them about everything, know that you have an opportunity to be different. Know that it's not so black and white. And there are some things within relationship that we don't need to tell our partner. So that was the second thing that was really important for me in terms of couples work. So if you're a partner of someone who's experiencing ROCD and you notice your partner coming to you and saying, hey, can we talk about ROCD? Can we talk about the obsessions I'm having? Can we talk about the thoughts I'm having? That is an opportunity for you both to grow, for you to take a different route, for you to not sit for hours talking about the obsessive thoughts and trying to fix your partner or having your partner fix you. Because it's not their job and it's not possible. So if you are someone who experiences ROCD, make sure you're not using your partner to fix you or save you or complete you or make you happy. Make sure you're focusing on yourself and your own fulfillment. And this goes to the same with a partner. My husband kind of dropped everything that he was doing, all his hobbies, all his interests, in order to try to help me. And that's not something that is good for the partner, good for you, or good for the relationship. So make sure, as a partner of someone with ROCD, that you are fulfilling yourself, that you're taking care of you, that you're not stopping your life for your partner. Because again, it's not your job and it's never your job. So I asked the Instagram community to give me some questions that they had in regards to how they can support their partner and how their partner can support them. And a lot of them came down to, how do I explain to my partner about ROCD? How do I explain that when I don't want sex that it's about ROCD? How do I explain to my partner that I'm triggered with ROCD? And the most important thing within all of these questions is to have your partner educate themselves on ROCD. So there are a lot of articles out there on ROCD. You can even move to OCD instead of ROCD and give your partner that information, or even sit down with your partner and say, hey, this is something that means a lot to me. Do you think we can go over this together? I have a feeling that it's really going to help you. I have a feeling that's really going to help strengthen our relationship, and it would mean a lot to me if we read over it together, because this is something that I feel is really important for us. And I want to add that if your partner is not willing and your partner is not interested, or your partner is not necessarily happy about reading about ROCD, that's okay. This is a difficult topic, and this is a difficult thing to go over with your partner. So you may be feeling a lot of fear too, and I want to say that that's okay too. Something that came up the other day in regards to a client was that they were scared of telling their partner about ROCD because they were afraid that if they told their partner about it, then they would be lying to themselves, because they themselves didn't necessarily believe that they had ROCD, and they felt as though they would be lying extra if they were telling their partner. And I really want to say that you might have those intrusive thoughts come up for you, but it can still be a great way to connect if you are reading the scientific articles together. There's an amazing mindfulness for OCD book, which has a section of ROCD, which is so great because it's science-based, and that can really be helpful for a partner as well. So just educating your partner about ROCD, giving them specific tips on what OCD is, on how triggers can come up, can be very, very helpful. It can just be helpful to tell your partner about the pattern of ROCD versus the thoughts and compulsions that are going on, but more in a sense of, hey, this is what's going on when I'm experiencing ROCD. This is a pattern. This is something that's been, happening before, and it's happened again. And I want to show you that this is something that I'm currently going through. And in that way, they can really take ROCD as a way of, oh, this is not them. This is a pattern. This is a coping mechanism that they sometimes go into, and it's not your fault. So just starting off with education, just like you've educated yourself on ROCD, it can be extremely important for your partner to also educate themselves on ROCD as well. Another question that I got was the partner's reaction. Like if someone is experiencing ROCD and their partner reacts negatively to the ROCD, bringing into space, especially if you are a person with ROCD, to recognize that yes, sometimes the ROCD might trigger your partner. It might trigger different feelings of inadequacy, feelings of not enough. It also might trigger feelings of their own trauma. And so what you're doing is not necessarily needing to fix what they're going through, because typically with someone with ROCD, they will want to fix, they will feel guilty, they will feel shameful of what they're going through and how they feel as though they're inflicting it on their partner. But it's important to remember that if something comes up for them, it is also not your responsibility to fix what's coming up for them. The work of couples work is to hold space for each other and come into recognition that whatever you're feeling as someone with ROCD is okay, and also whatever they're feeling with ROCD is okay as well. And it is not your responsibility as a partner to fix the other person, and same with someone who experiences ROCD as well. Tips on how to deal with the compulsions of not needing to tell your partner everything. To first and foremost recognize that when you're wanting to go into a compulsion, when you're wanting to tell your partner something, that is a great opportunity to pause and recognize that you're wanting to go into compulsion and use a different tool, use a different technique instead of going to your partner, because that will feed the compulsive behavior. So really the great way to all of this and all the questions that I got is to have your partner be educated. Have your partner be educated on ROCD, but if that's too difficult, have your partner be educated on different patterns that you go through, that it's really not about them, that it's really about your own trauma and the own things that you are going through. And something that can be helpful is to tell your partner, hey, we all come with our different baggages. Hey, we all come with our different insecurities and anxieties, and this is just mine right now. And having your partner meet them there with the anxieties and insecurities that you're feeling. So there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of growth that can actually happen in couples work, because I can now say that with ROCD, it's actually strengthened my relationship with my husband. And I continually see course members and clients actually starting to empower themselves through using ROCD as a means to grow within the relationship and in a way to become more empowered, to become more deeply connected within the relationship. So there's a lot of good potential here. There's a lot of good growth that can happen in means to actually using ROCD as a means to become more connected with their partner. Feel free to use these techniques that I shared with you in these videos. These techniques have been extremely powerful for me and were really, really important, and something that I wish I knew when I experienced ROCD. So I really hope that it helps you as well. And I have a feeling that it will help you. But I really hope that it really helps you as well as it helps me. And it's helped a lot of my clients and also a lot of course members. So using this opportunity as a means of growth, using all of this opportunity as a means to awaken more deeply in love and also in your relationship, that's the work that we are doing with Awaken into Love. So there's hope. There's possibility of healing. There's a lot of possibility of healing. And we're so excited to keep sharing it with all of you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new and you haven't already, feel free to check out the free ROCD checklist. You can find that at awakenintolove.com and click the free ROCD checklist at the top. There is a lot of really exciting things. Actually, I just also remembered, Alexis and I are going to be in San Diego next Friday, and we're meeting up with all of you. So if you're in San Diego and you're interested in meeting an Awaken into Love community and getting support and meeting us, feel free to actually email us at awakenintolove@gmail.com with the title San Diego and tell us you're interested in joining us, and we will be sending you more information. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this video was so helpful for you. We are so appreciative of all of you and the work that you do and the healing that you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, here's to being human. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.